What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the 404 show on this very special day, the end of an era. It's Wednesday, December what? 17th?
Yep, all day.
Is that what today is?
Yeah.
Okay. December 17th, 2014. This will be the last official video version of our podcast video thing that we've been doing for a few years. It's a little sad, but I think it's going to be okay.
I think it's going to be okay.
It's going to be all right.
I like radio.
Good. That's going to work out for you. Maybe not so much for everyone else. Joining us to send us off, Steve Guttenberg.
Hey.
Who better than the Sphere himself to be here wearing his corn on the cob shirt.
I dress for the occasion because you're not going to see this on radio or on
Right, like-
podcast,
I know it's pretty loud. You could probably hear that on radio.
You might be able to hear it over the radio.
That's
Dress
amazing.
For the occasion.
I is Akhtar, as always, and
Howdy.
then filling in for Ariel, whose last video show was yesterday. Richard Peterson,
He's
Gems,
the penultimate.
in the control room filling in. Thanks for doing that, Richard. Appreciate it. So this is it,
This is it.
and I guess it's sort of like a bittersweet thing. How do you feel about it? I know you like you sort
Been
of
here almost since the beginning.
right. So the first time we asked you to come on to video, it was like I feel like you were a little apprehensive about the whole thing.
Because the thing about radio or audio podcasts is that it's very intimate. It's just
Right.
The
This
voice
not
and
so
you.
much.
And this is less so.
Yeah.
It's weird. It should be the other way around.
I
'Cause
agree.
You can see it, but actually the connection is stronger with just audio.
Yeah, we've been doing it. I've done 2 audio only episodes in preparation for the time off. We did one with Giant Bomb that'll go up on Friday talking about games, and then we did a show yesterday with 2 TV guide editors talking about the TV shows of 2014. And I like got back into the groove a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It feels right. It just feels right. And I know there's a lot of people who've written into the show and they've expressed their distaste with our decision. But I mean, look, it's we know what the deal is, and we knew that some people would be upset, and rightfully so. They've stuck with us, and they've earned that, right. But it's just something we gotta do.
They just got to give it a chance.
What I was upset that a lot of people were like, we like seeing your facial, we like seeing everything. Well, like that, you're gonna see us in other videos.
things,
We're gonna be a part of a lot of.
You can
different
apply those
videos.
faces. We'll just
Yeah.
have
You
this
know what?
sheet.
I'll give you a thing. When Howard Stern was only on the radio, and when he started doing TV things,
It changed.
I thought it diluted it.
Yeah, it
actually.
changed.
Yeah. Because when it was more of the theater of the mind thing,
Right.
you could imagine more. And when you just saw him, and you know what was weird about seeing Howard that you never got on the radio? That when he was doing all these horrible things to people,
Yeah.
he was smiling.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So when you saw it, you didn't imagine that he was smiling when he was berating
sure.
his name, Baba Booey, right?
Yeah.
But when he was like basically laughing as he was saying things, it kind of diluted it.
Right, because
You know?
it just lifts the veil on this
Right.
sort of magic factory.
Right. So when it's just audio, it's better.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's like, oh, the future is video. Well, like, yes, that's exactly why we're doing this. Because we've been filming.
I thought the future is texting. Like people can talk and they don't even talk; they just text.
That's
I don't know if they heard about this invention. It's called a telephone. They could talk.
Well, you know
back
what?
and
I'm sure there's
forth.
conversational purists that call the telephone a tool of the devil as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Like,
Alright.
how dare you be able to speak to someone
Those
so
things
far
are
away?
terrible. They like interrupt your life. Can you imagine? There's no other technology that literally will like ring a bell in your home. Of, like
Ring a
you
bell.
right now,
Yeah.
you will pay attention to me right now,
Totally.
as
I like
opposed to being. I guess the doorbell would be the other one, but
Right,
like
but at least they came to see you.
they visited,
And
but
they're
this,
there.
and they're like, oh, hang on, you're here, and I know you're hanging out with me in my house.
Right.
Hi, person who's just ringing and invading my home. It's just so weird when I think when phone calls still happen to this day that aren't scheduled.
Right.
I'm freaked out. I'm like, why are you calling without an appointment?
So you don't like when people
Just
call
text
you.
me
You're saying,
first. I need
text you
I need
first.
notification. Otherwise, I'm like, what has happened?
Can
Who
I
died?
call you? Do people do that? Do people text? Can I call you now?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, I think I think if it's not urgent, it's a semi-polite thing to do.
Really?
You don't agree?
So just barging in and calling them unannounced is not
But you
good.
just like
kinda
ignore.
is,
It's like showing up
though.
at someone's house and ringing the
It's
doorbell.
unannounced.
Like, hi, here I am.
Look, I understand where you're coming from. It's more
Yes,
of like
it's
a
generational
comedy
thing,
kind of
yes,
thing.
right.
But at the same time, you got to respect, like, everyone's got a schedule, especially, you work a lot. You're a busy guy.
I work.
You don't always have time to shoot the shit on the phone with
I
somebody.
say, I'm sorry, I can't talk now.
Right. Well, those 20
You
seconds
can just,
are
You
valuable.
can just flick your thumb up and just hit that preset too. I'm sorry, I can't talk now.
Yeah, you could.
You
That'll
don't even
work.
have to have direct communication.
okay.
Save a lot
Well,
of time
maybe it's
doing
something
that.
really important.
Well, that's usually what happens with phone calls. That's why I hate them. It's like, why are you calling me? Because somebody's dead. It's like, oh, could you just call me and say, everything's fine? But it never happens.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Bummer.
Anyway, speaking of bummers, it's the end of an era today.
Yeah.
It's okay. Show's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's
Changing.
It's
just
going
good.
way to the other
Change
room.
is
It's just going
good.
literally 7 feet,
Oh, it's right over
west
Mhm.
is
Right
what's
over there,
happening.
You're going to get that,
Yeah.
like, chill back west
there.
vibe.
I'm gonna
Go.
feel when I come back for the audio only. I think that's gonna be really interesting.
I think you're really gonna pop then.
Yeah.
You're just gonna shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think I have been a little restrained.
Yeah, I've always
Compared
said
to my
like, man,
height.
Steve's not out there enough whenever he's
Yeah.
on.
I'm gonna get out right now.
All right,
You ready?
so lead us off. What do we
So
got?
I had a dream last night. And you know,
Okay.
sometimes you have a dream because you're thinking about something that's happened during the day or
Sure.
you're anticipating something.
You're nervous.
So I
about
was
something?
anticipating this. You know, I was anticipating sitting here talking to you.
Oh, we're the last
Right?
thing you think of before you go to bed.
Well, in this case, no, I wasn't thinking about it, but in the dream I was.
Okay.
Right. So the thing is, you know, this is one of those hyper realistic dreams.
Okay. I'm cautiously.
Is this all like deja vu
awaiting.
right now, though?
Yeah.
Is
that-
this all
It is
happening?
actually.
This feels exactly
For the
This
second
is-
time?
This is. But here's
Question,
the weird thing.
question, real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
We were talking before about your site.
Uh huh.
Are your dreams in focus?
You know.
That's intense, right?
I know, but you can't tell in a dream because a lot of people don't even dream in color. They see in color.
I think almost nobody dreams in color, right?
So it's not a 1-to-1
So
relationship.
what's weird is like what you see in your dream
Uh-huh.
is not necessarily through your eyes.
But remember, about a year ago, I told you about my dream where I had perfect vision because I was
But
dropping.
you don't know what
No, no.
perfect vision is.
No, but in the dream I did. I fantasized that I did because
So-
I was killing people. Remember when I was
Oh,
killing
right,
people and I was
you're
dropping it
murderous.
off a building and
Yeah.
dropping Bluetooth headphones on people's heads and watching
Yes.
them explode?
Yes.
So I was like 50 stories up, and I could
Right.
see perfectly, and I could line it up and hit them every time.
What a mind F that is to like understand inside your head.
Uh-huh.
You've never seen perfectly. You
Right.
simply don't know what that is.
Right.
And then in your own head through your mind's eye,
Right.
having a dream where you believe it to be perfect vision.
Well, because I was doing something I couldn't do in real
Right.
life because I couldn't see well enough to line it up and hit
Yeah.
them.
Anyway, we digress. Back to
Yes,
your
so back
dream
to the
last
dream.
night.
So in this dream,
Yeah.
here's because it's dreamlike, right? It's not a real thing.
It's fantasy.
It's fantasy. So in this dream,
Mhm.
I'm talking to you, but
Wait, I'm in your dream.
yeah, you're in my dream, but you are somehow conflated into being Bill Maher,
Okay.
and we're on television.
I'm not mad at that.
We're on HBO on his show on
So-
Politically Incorrect.
Which is not his show anymore. He has real time.
I'm sorry, real time.
Okay. So
Sorry.
So now so is it a world where I've taken Bill Maher's place, or
No,
am I
you
just
look like
like
Bill Maher.
a meshed?
You look like Bill Maher. You
it's
and
not
Bill
Jeff
Maher are the
Bacala,
same
it's Bill
person.
Maher.
It's Bill Maher, right?
So where do I come into play then?
Because I'm connecting somehow you and Bill Maher in this
All
dream.
right,
like
that's
you're
a
the
very-
same. You've
There I
become
am.
one.
There I am.
You've become
There's
one.
a photo of him up on the
There you
screen.
go.
All right.
So we're on TV. There's a studio audience, right?
Cool. Go on.
I am dressed in basically like a bathrobe with sequins, like glittery, shiny
Cool. Like a
things.
boxer.
You're like a boxer.
Cool.
Exactly.
All right.
Like a boxer. Right?
That's the perfect analogy. Anyway, yeah.
And we're like this. Actually, we're like directly facing each other,
Okay.
and we're talking / arguing about vegetable juicers.
And you're a guy that you don't drink, right? You don't do drugs.
No,
You're sober as a priest,
for many years.
and you're just. This is what happened.
Yes. So we're arguing. We're discussing, and it's a very heated discussion.
Over vegetable juicers. And the entire
which in real life, I am very into vegetable juices.
and the entire
Slow
HBO
juicing.
audience is riveted.
They're
just-
riveted. Yeah. I think there's some cat calls. I think they're carrying on.
Like you call out a vegetable juicer
Yeah.
and someone's like, "Ow!"
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
slow juicers especially. That
Ow.
that got a rise out of the audience. You know,
What-
there's slow juicers and fast juicers.
Yeah.
What knowledge did you think that the Bill Maher Jeff Bacala combo guy had?
Could add to
did
this
you-
No, he
conversation.
was into it.
Okay, but
He
so
was
he,
into it.
So I was reciprocating.
he had information. Okay.
No, I was saying slow juicers are. Can I say
Shit.
The shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
So
can say
they're the
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, fast juicers. The high-speed juicers are like the thing.
This
I said,
is-
no,
Can you
man.
identify if this is a fast or slow juicer?
I don't know if
whatever
you
I'm-
could see
can't
that.
see
You
well.
can't
Oh,
see that.
No.
Okay.
An
We just got
Omega-
finished talking about that.
Okay.
I didn't know where it starts.
So we're getting into this thing.
Yeah.
And then I bring up the thing that when you juice and you're really healthy and you're doing a lot of juice, you have incredible sexual powers.
Like superpowers? or just-
Superpower.
okay.
Well, no, just extraordinary,
Superhuman.
exceptionally good
Sure.
superpowers.
Okay.
With
Okay.
sex. And so I said, enough talk, Bill. Let me just demonstrate my prowess. Right?
Is
It's
that why
the
you're
robe.
wearing a robe?
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing a
Oh,
robe.
God.
Right.
Careful here.
So then these beautiful women come out and disrobe me.
No.
Mhm. This is his dream, okay?
Come on, it's my dream.
All right. Well, hopefully your dream is like PG-13.
Yeah, well, there's no visuals,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. All right. Go on.
So I stand up
And you're
and I'm
you're,
exposed.
you're completely nude.
And what is the Bill Jeff thing doing? At
And
this
I'm
time?
just like,
All right.
I'm like, move
Go
on.
for it, man.
Carry on.
Right. So we move this way,
Yeah.
and there's a bed.
that just
It's been
comes
there.
out of the
No,
shadows.
it's been there. It's part of the set.
Of course it is.
Okay.
And there's a woman there waiting for me.
She's just ready to accept you.
ready to accept.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I proved to Bill Maher and the studio audience with great cheering and everybody's really into it, like more.
It was the more.
That was the more.
Like everyone's like, yeah, Steve.
And
Spear,
even Bill,
spear,
Bill comes
spear.
over,
Yeah.
and he's like, okay,
He's patting on the back.
we've got it, He's like, you proved your point.
Right.
Right. And then after that, it gets kind of fuzzy,
As most dreams do.
as most dreams do. There's more, and I really try to remember. I started taking notes when I woke up this morning because I knew it was weird with dreams. I can't remember them unless I immediately started writing them down. But anyway. So
Well, I'm
it
glad I
was
could-
really good, and
glad I
it
could
was
be
because
there.
I was going to be here today that I had that dream.
And it's because of the slow juicers that gave you these
No,
powers?
slow
Just
juicers,
right.
slow
Okay.
juicers, 84 RPM.
Interesting. Good to know.
Wow.
Because the
Take notes, everybody.
you've seen fast juicers, the ones that whine, and
Yeah.
you put in thing in they're centrifugal.
That's a fast juicer.
That's a fast because the vegetable goes in
It just gets obliterated.
and it gets chopped up into little pieces, and then it flies out against the strainer, which by centrifugal force forces the juice out.
Gotcha.
So the faster it's going, the more juice is extracted.
So
Fast
a
juicing.
slower
The
juicer.
slow juicer is going; those are going at 8,000 RPM. Slow juicer is going at 84, and it basically has like a corkscrew inside, and it just slowly grinds up the vegetable and then presses it against the strain. The
So
strainer
there is a
on
lot
the
of
edge.
sexual innuendo with
pressure,
Yeah.
strain,
It's all over the
corkscrewing.
place. Yeah,
corkscrewing.
Well, I'm not sure how you're going to top that one, man. Way to
Well,
go
it's a-
out on
it's a
top.
big
I'll tell you
show,
that.
you
It's a
know?
big show. It's a big show today.
There's
All
more.
right. There's more. Let's
Well,
keep it
I
going.
I started with my biggest thing.
Yeah, that's the key. You always start with your closing.
Should I build?
That's what you do.
Oh
That's
no,
what,
because you told me many times I shouldn't do these things late into the show.
right. No,
You
for
said
sure.
start
with the
because
finale.
they may not be tune out when I start talking
yeah.
about
Who knows what the drop off
title.
rate is?
So you have
Yeah.
the second half of the story at the end. That's how you
Ah.
break it up.
There you go.
You go, okay, and then the juicer shows up, and then I'm going to talk about the
To
second
be
thing.
continued.
All right, next time
The
we
sequel will be at the end of the show.
Dream number 2.
All right, what else you got? This is basically your show, so we're following your lead. I don't even
I
have
know.
a freaking computer today.
I know.
I'm just calling up pictures
Practically
of Bill Maher.
naked.
Practically naked.
Here.
He's getting the vapors.
My oh my.
So speaking of my powers,
Yeah.
here's one actually does sort of segue. So I had this guy from this speaker company. It has a weird name. You should sort of find this. It's called KVART.
Kavart?
Kavart and ampersand and BOLGE. Now I
with the strike through.
I did a blog about this guy.
What's his deal?
So he made this crazy speaker. It's really skinny.
Okay.
It's an aluminum tube.
Load. I'm waiting for load. Sorry.
It's an aluminum tube with a tiny little driver.
Mm.
And he contacted me a bunch. He's emailing me saying, I want to review my speakers. I said,
Right.
And then he just kept bugging me. So finally I said, okay, send me the stupid speakers. So he sends me the speakers, and I had a lot of the stuff going on.
They're weird. They look like air purifiers in a weird way,
Yeah.
right?
Little
Yeah.
tower.
Yeah, little
yeah.
little
Speaker.
thin
There's a
kind
picture
of
of me
tower.
holding them on my blog.
Yeah,
So
look
anyway,
up his blog.
Well, your
there.
face shows up when you go to Cavart and Bulge. There it is, Steve FLAC Guttenberg.
So anyway, so he sends me the speakers, but I had a lot of the stuff going. He's emailing me and calling me like, "Do you listen to the speakers yet?" No, I will. So one day I had them in my basement. So I go down to my basement. I open the speaker. Oh, shit, I
You
just
have a
got to get this
basement?
thing in my apartment building. I have a locker in my building.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So I go and I open up the speaker. As soon as I open up the speaker and I take a look at this thing, I thought, hey, this could be cool. Because it's a skinny little tube and it's wrapped in what looks like Kevlar weave.
Okay.
It's not real, but it looks like that.
Right.
And I started listening. I thought, these are really good. I'm really glad this guy, is bugging me all the time to do this. Because it's a
Sure.
very unusual, very
Pleasantly surprised.
technology,
Yeah.
very interesting. Definitely an exceptional speaker for $280 a
Right.
pair. So I do the review, and suddenly he's getting crazy amounts of orders for a guy who just is making these in his kitchen.
Yeah.
So and the result of my review, he sold I think 280 pairs of them.
You're gonna get a little cut of that. Get a little taste of that.
No,
Highly unethical. Go on.
but then I had a conversation with the other day, and he said it's too successful. I can't make this.
You put
many
him out of
speakers."
business.
Yeah, his wildest dream came true.
Right.
But now he can't do it. He can't make them fast enough to fulfill all these orders.
So what does he do?
So what is he going to do? I mean, he was asking me. I thought he was asking me what I should do, and I was like, I have no idea. But he actually came up with the solution. He's going to stop making them, and then start a Kickstarter thing.
Is that always got to be the answer?
Well, in this case, it is.
Yeah. It does sound like the organic, perfect calling for it.
Yeah, like he can't make them.
Right. I already have a successful product.
Right.
I know it's going to do well.
Right.
Just help me out.
Right.
All right. Cool.
I don't like it when established companies do Kickstarter.
No, it's
this
bullshit.
is the guy in
Yeah.
his kitchen kind of thing. So
That's great.
it's good. So
Are you going to be like a testimonial?
I got to find out if I can do that.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
I don't think you should endorse it to the point like I think you should buy it, but I think maybe it'd be appropriate for you to be interviewed about your review. I think that's appropriate.
I got to ask John about that.
Yeah, you got to ask John. John's the go-to
So anyway,
guy.
I'm really excited about that.
Very
Because
cool.
it's not every day that somebody
You
comes up
you
with
don't
something.
hear about these like organic Kickstarters. You always hear about like, I got a great idea. Well, no.
Potato salad.
Yeah, exactly. This guy's got a legit product that sounds great. It's
Right.
it's selling well, and he simply cannot meet demand.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. So another really unusual speaker that I had a hand in making successful is this. Why is that?
It's
funny?
just funny that
owe me royalties and
Yeah, it just sounds like you're. I don't know. It sounds like you're just like
he's a
Is this
kingmaker.
like-
responsible for crowning.
Well, here at
victors.
CNET, I reach a lot of people,
You got a
and
lot
when
of
I
pull.
find unusual products that are exceptional in one way or another, people hear about it and they start buying them. Right?
Right.
It's not my ego; it's just the luck of me being here.
Yeah. No, I
that-
guess so. You're a trendsetter.
How should I? How
don't
should I
know.
parse this? Am I missing something?
No,
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 I
and I'm
think-
not, saying what you're doing is unethical. It's not at all.
Oh, good.
I'm
Thanks.
just saying, like, it's interesting that the way you sort of led into the thing. You're
All
like,
right, all right.
you're like, here's another
It's like,
company
'cause
that
I
owes
made
their
these
entire
things.
revenue to me.
Well, not entire.
Yeah,
Just a good chunk.
just a
of
good
it.
chunk of it.
Yeah,
All right,
but they make really cheap, good stuff.
right.
Much cheaper than the Cavart, actually. So I have this new speaker called the Dayton B 452.
Okay.
$30 a pair.
Oh, what is this thing? look
Tiny
like?
little
Can
thing.
we pull this up
I'm
here
getting it.
for the last time ever? Get up a visual aid.
Trying to get the speakers.
So they're $30
A pair.
A pair.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bookshelf.
It's a little
speakers?
bookshelf speaker.
Okay, got it.
And what's really interesting about it is that it's for this little tiny thing, it makes a mammoth amount of bass.
Okay, that's interesting.
And it's a good, not great sounding speaker, but the fact that they can, make something that inexpensively, that can be that exceptional,
right.
it's definitely something of interest.
So if they can do this for $30 for a pair, then why the hell is not every single manufacturer doing something like that?
they're greedier.
Is that it? I mean,
No.
but there's crap out there. Like you can get a $30 pair of speakers that sound like ass,
Mm-hmm.
But these guys seem to figure
They
out
do
a way
try harder. They really do.
Huh.
Because the speaker that I discovered from them originally, like 2 years ago, was the B652.
Right.
And that has like turned into a whole phenomenon because that one is now $39 a pair, but it's actually much bigger. It's like this big. And that's a great speaker.
Why
for
don't
that
you
kind of
make
money.
speakers, man?
No, I can only write about them. I can't make
All
them.
right. All right.
But anyway, so it's fun to find, because I have to go through a lot of crap to find ones that are good.
Sure.
Because most of the time people send me speakers, tell me how great they are, and then they're not
Right,
so
and then
great,
you put
or
them
they-
on, you're like,
it's
oh,
too
God.
expensive.
Yeah.
or
The
something.
tower speaker's only $40. It's like
The tower speaker,
yeah, that's
the
the
652,
yeah.
is $100 a pair.
No, it's $100 a pair. That's
That's still
and
pretty
if you like it,
reasonable.
it's going to be good.
It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
I mean, people always like, they write in, they're like, oh, does he really know what he's talking about? I'm like, yeah,
I guess.
it's legit.
Whatever.
It's
Does Steve
legit.
know what he's talking about?
For sure.
You know what I understand about being a reviewer?
Yeah.
Essentially, you're saying, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
this is good. Whether it's a movie or a restaurant
or
or
a
a
game
speaker,
or whatever.
right?
Yeah.
Now, just because I think that it's good doesn't mean that you'll think it's good.
Right.
Whether it's a movie or a
Right, but that's like
wine
the
or
very
anything, right?
paradox
yeah.
that,
because
that-
people write in and say, in your opinion, who
But
gives
it's-
you the right
it's
to say that this is good?
But it's criticism, right? It's not necessarily right or wrong.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely an opinion. It's
Mhm.
definitely subjective.
Mm.
But after a while, I think you earn the reputation of pleasing an
Right.
average.
That's all I
if
got.
that is a way to
The
put
only
it.
thing that I have is that I've heard literally thousands of speakers in my
Right.
life.
Right.
It's been a big part of my life for a long time, and I can write about them.
And what qualifies,
That's all I have.
And what qualifies anyone to be an expert on anything? Like Roger Ebert. Why
Right.
was he an
Right.
expert?
Right. Because
Right?
Roger liked the movie didn't mean that I'd like it or you
Exactly.
like it. Maybe you will, maybe you
He
won't.
hated a few of my all-time favorite
Right.
movies.
I always said with reviewers, it's like if you find a reviewer you tend to agree with movies or
Right.
something, well then when he likes a movie or she likes a movie, you say chances are I like it,
Right,
But
which is-
other than that, when it's just reviewers like this movie, doesn't mean that.
Sure.
It could be a placebo effect too. It's like Steve Guttenberg likes it. I must like it.
Guttenberg.
Well, they just fell under my spell.
Right, and you've clearly figured out some sort of dark magic, some sort of sorcery
Mm-hmm.
that people have been able to be transfixed by.
Oh, definitely.
And
It's my writing.
hey, whatever works.
It's the writing, actually.
I think so.
It's my prose.
It's your prose.
You mesmerize with the words.
yeah.
You old wordsmith.
So I had this friend,
Okay.
Robert.
Is he dead?
No,
Oh,
no, he's
'cause
still
you
my
said you
friend. I'm sorry.
had.
I had. You're right. I have this friend,
with us.
Robert.
He's with us.
He's still with us very much, and he was my Photoshop teacher. I
Okay.
hired him to be my tutor.
Right.
And he came to my apartment many times and heard my story. I was 100% disinterested in it.
Mhm.
And then about a few years, I don't know how many years, a couple of years ago, he wound up buying a turntable.
Okay.
And suddenly he became much more interested in audio and hi-fi and getting better stuff. So I hooked him up with some speakers and everything. And over time, he just keeps going. And now he took this big plunge and bought these $4,000 speakers. And how did this happen? How did he go from thinking, I don't really care, to now it's like, I got to get these speakers.
Well,
They're amazing.
something clicks in people with audio.
Yeah.
Where
It's
like they hear for the first time I ever heard even like a FLAC album in really good headphones and heard
Yeah,
things that I
there you
had
go.
not heard before.
Mhm.
Heard, the bass, like the kick on the drum,
Uh-huh,
like
the
that
beater.
squeaking.
Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like
yeah,
the
yeah,
pedal
yeah,
squeaking.
yeah,
Stuff where you're just like, oh my God.
yeah. Mm.
Like this is real people
Mhm.
using real instruments in a room somewhere.
Right.
For me,
I
was
like the way you
moment.
described it because that is it.
Yeah.
When you feel like that connection, that you're closer to being there, if it's
Exactly.
really important music to you,
For sure.
that counts for a lot.
And now, like, I only really care about FLAC. Like, I only want to hear a new record in FLAC. If I hear it in, like, 320 MP3,
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. I'm halfway there, maybe.
Well,
I need the FLAC.
all right, you gave me my segue to my next thing on my list.
Oh, right on.
Tidal. Have you heard about Tidal?
No, what's
I can
Tidal?
hook you up with Tidal, actually. since
Who the
you're
hell's
What are
in
they?
the business. Is FLAC streaming.
FLAC streaming?
That's a thing?
44.1? Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Tidal.
Okay, so for people that don't know, FLAC is an uncompressed
Right.
digital,
Lossless.
lossless digital
Right.
music format.
Right.
It sounds amazing.
Right.
They're huge files.
Mhm.
Like one song's probably gonna like a 3-minute song's maybe a couple hundred megabytes, right?
A lot. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So these guys are gonna be streaming.
They are,
and
and it sounds really good.
and
You
now.
got that up there yet?
Yeah,
So
I
now
found it.
I'm very interested in this. What is it? What's the what's like the you know the library looking like?
It's good. Now it's not
Everything?
everything. No, it's not everything. But I mean, I'm looking for weird shit.
Yeah.
I find a lot.
Yeah.
I don't find everything, but I find a lot of things.
You've probably said that sentence a bunch in your life. I'm
Looking for
looking. You
weird-
walk in the store. I'm looking for
I started
weird
saying that when I was
shit.
3 years old.
Yeah,
I
just
was
want
always
everyone
doing
in
that.
here to know I'm looking for weird shit.
So Tidal, there is a catch.
oh my god, how
You
much
ready?
money is it?
It's not free.
Yeah, obviously that's not a catch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants it for free. They want it like
They want
Ad
music.
3 cents a
supported,
day.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
There's no ads. It's not ad supported. It's
So-
supported by you.
So when you say you
What's
can
it?
hook me up with Tidal,
I can get you a freebie.
well, I just want to try it out.
Okay.
Can I try? Is
You can
there
try
a
it for free.
Okay, that's
7
all I
day
care
free
about.
trial.
Oh,
so it
if
was
it's
on
good,
my
I'll pay
Christmas.
for
It
it.
was on my holiday guide.
Right.
So it's $20 a month after you get past your free subscription.
That's a lot of scratch.
You just said you can't listen to.
Can you cache for
one?
offline later or not?
Yeah.
Huh?
Can you download it for later?
No, you can't.
So you
Well,
have to.
actually, you might. Because
Okay.
I don't use it that way, but I think you might.
I want to try this right now.
Right
Like when-
now?
like when we're done here.
Oh, okay. Well, try it right now.
All right.
You go
So
to Tidal.com. Tidal.
now, is there a separate app, or you have to go to the website?
You have to go to the website. You have to
And there's
get
there-
the free thing,
Right.
7-day free trial,
and is there an app?
and then there's an app. I believe I don't.
Okay.
I use it on my computer at home.
Gotcha.
So there's a what do you call it when it's on your computer at home?
And it's an app as well.
It's an app. Okay. So that's how I.
There used to be known
There's
as
new
programs. Now they've been called
Programs.
applications.
They were always
and now they've been-
applications.
Now they're apps.
And I think it sounds phenomenal.
All right, I'm
It's
psyched, man.
Really
I want to check
impressive.
Tidal
And
Hi-Fi.com.
since I buy music, I know it's wacky.
it out. I know you're a caveman.
So when I find music on Tidal I like, I buy it.
so people are paying $20 a month.
Right.
Then
They
they're
don't.
like,
no,
I
they
like-
don't buy it. I buy it. I'm like the weirdo that buys it.
Right. Well, no, there's still people who do it. I
Okay.
told you, I got a buddy who still buys CDs inexplicably.
All right.
It's just I just don't get. And he buys CDs from Amazon,
Oh.
which if you think
Why
about,
is that a bad thing?
well, the inherent sort of like
Because you could just buy the digital
redundancy.
right there if
Yeah.
you wanted to.
Do you know
but-
sometimes the CD is cheaper than the download?
Yeah, I've seen that. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
what's that about? Well, how are the ones and zeros more expensive
It's some
than the
record
physical
company
copy?
thing. You know, I discovered this. Do you like James Brown at all?
I don't dislike them.
I found the best live James Brown concert ever.
Yeah.
And it was $4.99 for the CD on Amazon,
Right.
And $8.99 or $9.99 for
That's
the MP3.
weird.
And it is great. It was on
Yeah.
my Christmas holiday guide.
Question
thing.
for you: does FLAC audio? How does that compare to CD audio? Is it the same? Is it
Theoretically, it's
different?
the same thing.
Theoretically, it's the same.
hmm
Cool.
Usually, it is the same.
All right. Do you have anything that's
Oh,
like?
well, here's another one
Yeah.
that's sort of like Tidal. It's called Murphy.
Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy.com.
It's another
No,
FLAC.
it's not a FLAC thing. Well, the thing is, so Murphy is you take your CDs that are now, they're disgusting, they're cluttering my apartment.
Yeah, they're
You
ruining my
Put them
life.
in a box.
Right.
You ship them, real shipping, to Murphy, and then you can sell them online. But the cool thing about Murphy is they sell downloads in FLAC, anything
of
you
your
want,
stuff.
of your stuff.
That's not cool. How could you be for that? How's that okay?
How could I be for
But
that?
how's that okay to do?
Why is that not okay to do?
Because they're ripping CDs and then selling them, and you know what I mean? Like,
and then they destroy the CD.
oh, they do.
They say they do.
That's a weird thing. Is it not?
It is. It's a cool thing, and you can stream from them. So you can or you cannot sell them. You can just send them and stream them,
And only you get access.
and
to
only
it.
you get access to it.
It's weird, right?
I'm just like, why wouldn't you just do it yourself?
Yes, why would
Other than
you
like,
do it?
I guess your collection if it's large enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you can send them unlimited amounts of stuff.
yeah, I mean, I've ripped my stuff and have it accessible like through my phone anyway.
Yeah.
It's on my own home server, so.
It's weird. Ever since I fell in love with FLAC,
Mhm.
I've become underwhelmed, disappointed with the way the world treats audio in like normal applications.
Wow.
Like say your car, right?
Ah.
So I have a car. I have a Subaru Forester, a 2014,
Uh-huh.
and
Wow.
Yeah. Why is that wow?
Well, it's a new car.
Oh, it's
That's
a new. I bought a new car. You
nice.
know.
Yeah, good.
I got a kid with the
Got a
whole.
kid, the car.
You know, I got to put him in the
A
trunk.
dog.
Dog. You know, got skis. Got the whole hockey. Right.
Mhm.
So I get in the car and I want to plug
Does that
in.
new car smell?
Still does. And I wanted to plug in a USB drive.
Uh-huh.
So not only am I limited to 16 gigabytes, which is ridiculous. Like, how come every car in the world just doesn't have like a terabyte sitting in between the freaking?
Oh, that's next year.
No, it's not. There's no one is doing that. No one, like, there's no. Maybe a Tesla has a terabyte hard drive in it. Terabyte hard drives are basically free for if you bought them 1 million
Even
units
with
at
an
a time.
SSD in your car, the price difference should be pretty tiny to you. You think about
Right.
it.
It would be.
It's like your headlights are
minuscule.
$200.
Yeah.
So
Like, even if you got a terabyte SSD, how much more would the car be for me? $30. Like, let's be honest.
Well,
You can get a half a terabyte SSD now for $200. So I'm just like, why is that not in there? Regardless,
All right.
it only plays MP3s, and that's it.
Wow.
And it can't, and nothing above 320.
First it was Ebola, now this.
This is worse than Ebola.
I think you can hack your car. I don't know if you can hack
To play
Ebola.
FLAC?
Well, yeah, why not?
How?
You tell me there's no possible way that there's some kind of interface. Oh, there's this interface called, was it OBD2 underneath your steering column that you can like access everything? Do you not know about this?
Is it time to hack my car? Aside from hooking my phone up to the car, which plays FLAC just fine.
Well, isn't that the obvious solution?
That's probably the obvious solution. Instead of me like under, the car with wires hanging out, potentially bricking.
Not
my
the
car.
red one.
Gonna brick the car.
I'm gonna brick.
Not
my
the red
car.
wire.
Yeah.
It's the green wire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to do that. But maybe. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious if people, because I remember when I first got the car, there's ways to hack like the interface. You can change the typeface. You can change the color. You can just make it do what you want.
Right.
And I'm curious to see if there's a way to do that.
Right.
It's pretty cool what you can do. Anyway,
Fascinating.
all right. What other stuff do you have?
So the
Is there anything
iPod is dead,
Right, we knew that.
but now this FIO, FIIO X1
Okay.
that I reviewed, it's not as easy to use as an iPod and playlists and stuff like that.
It looks
Right.
like an old iPod.
But it's phenomenal, and it's $100,
Does it play FLAC?
and it plays FLAC.
Oh, that's all I care about now.
$100. There you go.
Not bad. How big?
It's smaller than an iPod.
No, but how what capacity?
Oh, it doesn't have any. You put in SD cards. So
Micro
up
SD.
to 128.
128. That's pretty cool.
And it sounds really, really
Oh,
nice.
maybe we'll check that out.
So these headphones, my headphones today that I'm wearing today,
Right.
You kept secret under the corn shirt. Here
You
they come.
always
the
have.
big reveal.
Yeah, you always have. That's crazy that they're always.
These are not
around
the tips that come with it, but this is a company called Aurasonics.
Okay.
These are called Rockets.
Cool.
They're made, I think, in Nashville.
Yeehaw.
They're titanium earpieces. They're
Yeah,
really
look at
tiny.
that.
This part of, I don't know what this thing is, but the actual earpieces, they're really tiny.
You like them?
These things are great.
Yeah. How
The-
much?
$250. These are awesome headphones.
And for the headphones, just the tips.
Just the tips. The
Just
headphones
the
are
Just
free.
the tips.
All right. You got anything else that's not audio or no?
No.
No.
Well, I got the cookies.
Oh my God.
You want cookies?
Yeah. This is like our send off.
Yes.
Ayaz, check this
They're
out.
very colorful. See, this
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah?
work on radio.
No.
Or podcast, so.
Oh my God.
you.
Thanks, man.
My wife makes these.
Thank you.
These are a yearly Guttenberg tradition.
Yeah.
Mrs. Guttenberg slaves away.
Yeah. Cursing, banging pots and pans.
Burning
just
herself by
burning herself.
accident.
Yeah. A lot of nasty sounds.
It's amazing what she's able to put together in a beautiful little package. So
Yeah.
happy Hanukkah and Christmas and New Year to
And
you,
Festus.
sir. And Festus and all that good stuff.
Yeah, thank
man.
you.
Thanks so
enjoy.
much. Appreciate it. All
Well,
right.
good. We got a good, wrapping it up.
I think
It's
so.
not as good as the beginning, though.
No.
the sex
Can you
part.
tell that part again? No, I'm kidding. Thanks so much for being here, man.
This has been great.
This has been
I feel
fantastic.
this is it's good. I'm so happy I'm here for the last video one.
As are we. It's the end of an era, but certainly not the end of having you on the program.
I hope not.
Thank you for sticking with us all these years
Oh,
and
man.
for just
This
really.
is my 31st appearance.
Is it?
I don't know.
It probably is. For just freaking us out on a somewhat consistent basis. We
So
appreciate it.
when did we do the one that was about the Big Lebowski? Remember we did an
Wow,
all
yeah.
Lebowski episode.
No, it wasn't I. It was me, Justin, and you, and maybe I don't know because I remember
think it was just you
Justin
and
hadn't.
Justin.
He wasn't into the movie as much, right?
Uh,
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I guess it
Yeah.
was just.
Yeah, we're not doing that this year. We're not doing like a lot of those, but
Okay.
but yeah, that was a good time.
Anyway,
It's good
cool.
times.
So if we're moving to
Good
audio only, we're gonna do a FLAC version of this, uncompressed,
Man, I don't-
massive.
uncompressed.
No, see that's the okay.
That'd be
look.
hilarious
So
for
here's-
one episode, like a 700 gig,
Yeah.
700 megabyte file.
Well, that's-
Every breath.
That's the thing that's ridiculous about podcasting, is like the key in podcasting is getting the file as small as you can.
Oh.
Spoken words.
By
like,
the way,
you're okay with
Mark
that, right?
Maron's podcast
Kind of sounds like
is
shit.
the worst sounding
it's a-
podcast. Oh my god, it's awful.
Doesn't sound good.
No,
And I
does not
and I
sound
and I don't know if that's because
he's
he
gotten
had,
better lately, though.
right. Maybe it's like better compression.
No, I don't mean the sound. I mean the guests.
Oh, right. Okay. Did you listen to the Jenny Slate one? It wasn't bad.
No.
Anyway, we digress. Thank you so much for being here all these years. We look forward to seeing you in 2015.
Definitely.
And thanks to everyone who was checking out the video all these years. That's going to do it for us. We'll have a couple episodes air from now until 2015, but we'll get things back up and running after CES 2015. So figure the next time we're back is the week of January 12th. Sound good
right.
to everybody?
Yes, good.
All right, that's gonna do it for us. Maybe I'll pop in a few reruns while we're gone, but yeah, that's what's happening. All right, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Give us a call 866-404-CNET. Until next time, I'm Jeff Bakalar.
I'm Maya Akhtar.
Thanks to Richard Peterson over in the control room. Thank you, sir. Thanks to Sphere
Hey,
over
Sphere.
here, and we'll see you guys in 2015. Take care.